Hello, hello, everybody. Do you like the music? Could you hear the music? Did you like the music? Okay, so hello, hello. I'm so excited for today. Please tell me in the comments what drew you to come into this amazing, powerful, informal masterclass that I am putting on for you ladies today. Um, my energy has been pumped. It's also been tested a little bit because I have been cutting out sugar. So these next level versions of us that are starting to come to play are no joke. This year is a huge year for exponential growth, for huge quantum leaps. We are moving and we are going fast. We are no longer here to play small. So please tell me in the comments what drew you to this. What drew you to come in here today and learning about the ancient Egyptian wealth codes? Please be as interactive as possible. The more you guys give me, the more that I can give to you. So please keep commenting. I am going to be looking over. I look a bit strange because I am looking over. I am doing this through Zoom so I can record it. And I'm looking over to my phone to see all your comments. So Roberta loves the music. Amazing. I kept like picturing that kind of music as I was walking through all the temples of Egypt, and I was like kind of swaggering a little bit as if the Egyptian music was playing in my ear. And that's not the normal kind of Egyptian music that I normally listen to. The Egyptian music that I listen to is like a bit more up tempo, but that was just a really nice way of bringing you guys into this informal masterclass. I'm calling it an informal masterclass. So Roberta's here. Hello, Teresa. How are you? Jolinda, hello. How are you? So what drew you to the Egyptian codes? What is it about Egypt that's been calling to your soul? Or is it just me that's been feeling Egypt calling to their soul for a long time? So, okay. So welcome. Excited to have you here. This is going to be a very powerful yet informal masterclass. I'm trying this new thing of not being so formal and professional all the time. And so I have decided to do this a bit more of an informal masterclass. So we're going to be unlocking some of the secrets of ancient Egypt. And we're going to be activating some of those wealth codes within you and aligning to your limitless abundance. So Roberta says I'm here because of the international flair. International flair. Ooh. Do you like my little thing that I bought when I was in Egypt? It's like this beautiful scarf, and I was like, oh, I want to wear it, but it like crunched up and you couldn't see it properly. So I've got this beautiful thing that's happening here. I did buy another one and the color was like an orangey color. But I kept the white one and I gave the orange one to my mum because she was like, oh, I really love it. I was like, oh, what a coincidence. I bought it for you. So that's really funny. Okay, cool. So Teresa is reading the Moses Code. So that's cool. And a lot of the parts of Egypt are woven into it. Excellent. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. We were actually going to go to Mount Sinai, but we ran out of time because where we were, Mount Sinai was about a 4-hour bus drive. And we're like, I've got some stories to tell you about Egypt, let me tell you. The mystery of Egypt. Yes, perfect, Jolinda. So I am just going to quickly message somebody who tried to jump on the live, but I'm just going to let her know that it's live in the group. Okay, so while I'm here, I might just potentially tag a few people. Let's tag Becky. And then Sarah wanted to come, but I can't see her up on the thing. Okay, cool. So yes to all those things. Okay, before we dive in, I just want to say thank you for choosing me to spend this time with. I know that your time is very, very valuable, and showing up for yourself here today, it actually really means something to me. Like I am absolutely honored to be able to put this on for you today. And I'm absolutely honored that you guys have chosen me. So thank you. Love you all so, like, from the depth of my heart, honestly. Okay, so just gonna do like a little bit of a, for those who don't know me, kind of thing. I am a spiritual entrepreneur. If you can't already tell, I've got crystals, I've got cards, I've got dream catchers and all sorts of things around me. So yes, very, very spiritual. My work is actually really centered about helping those soul-driven women who are tired of playing small, want to play big, and don't know really how to do that. And I'm here for those women who actually playing what some would call small is actually really big for them. And so it doesn't matter if you're making $20,000 months, if you're making $5,000 months, if you're making $100 a month, it doesn't matter to me, as long as we can all ascend together at our own rates. And so that's what I am all about. I love helping people to really get to their next level, basically, and use their intuition, use their body to be able to guide them in their life so that they're not constantly relying on other people to help them. You can be your own shining light. Okay, cool. So the inspiration from the 4 Egypt codes. So I'm going to tag Care because Care tried to jump in. Yep, cool. So yes, the reason behind this is because I actually just created a program, a 21-day program called the Egypt Codes. And I just wanted to give you guys like a little bit of a taste as to what that entails, so that if you are interested in that, then we can have a conversation. But the Egypt has been calling my name for a long time, and I finally got to go end of last year and into this year. And so my soul changed in that moment of being there. And so I want you to be able to have your soul changed through me, if that makes sense to you. So walking through those temples, like my soul really came alive, and I was able to, oh, it's 11:11. I was able to like really tap into this new energy, fresh energy, but yet a coming home kind of energy. So I felt like many of us have been to Egypt before. Our souls have been there. That's why it calls to us, because at some stage, Egypt was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, empires in the entire world. So the ancient Egyptian empire was just huge. Yeah, it was bigger than the Roman Empire. So, and it lasted a lot longer than the Roman Empire. So hi Care, how are you? Nice to see you here. So it's been calling to a lot of us because at some stage we were probably there. Let's face it. Like, we've all lived multiple lives, and is it any wonder that Egypt has this weird kind of hold over you? Is because at some stage you were probably there. You're probably there. Like, Egypt is 3,000 years before Christ as a minimum. That's a record. It's probably way older than that. I think that the pyramids were like 3000 BC. And so, it's no wonder that this has been drawn, like that you've been drawn to it. So today I'm going to share with you how you can start to unlock some of these ancient wealth codes that they had, because the empire was so big and because it was so fruitful. The only thing with the ancient Egyptians, especially with the kings and the queens, the pharaohs and the goddesses and all that kind of stuff, they kind of like hated each other because they were all really envious of each other. So we're dropping that side of things. We're dropping that kind of things, and we're just stepping into the wealth of it, because there was gold everywhere. They had these golden, beautiful headdresses that they just wore for the fun of it. Like they had gold all up their arm. There was wealth everywhere that you looked in Egypt. Not as much now, unfortunately. Their dollar is really not great, but having the Australian dollar and then going over to Egypt, we lived like kings and queens over there. Honestly, it was like ridiculous. We were giving £100 tips, £200 tips, £400 tips, not a problem. Here you go, because it was like, I don't know, $30 plus. So yeah, so there is this unlimited abundance. When you walk through and you just see the detail of it, you're like, they spared no expense in creating these tombs. They spared no expense building these amazing tombs. And actually, one of the tombs that we went to, the tomb of Isis, so the tomb of Isis is not on the original foundations. So it was actually built on a separate part, on a separate bit. But the Nile has risen so high that the water of the Nile actually went over the top of the temple. And so this whole temple was underground. And they had to deconstruct it underwater and then reconstruct it on the island that was right there. And the reason it was built on that island was because her husband, Horus, was killed by her brother, Seth. Horus is her brother / husband. And he was killed and he was dismembered. He was cut up into 14 pieces. And she turned into this eagle. That's why you see her with the wings. I've got a statue of her here that I bought in Egypt. And she turned into this winged goddess, and she found all the parts of her husband except for his penis, and she resurrected him. She put him back together and brought him back to life with the power of her. She had her sister helping her, and the power of the love that she had for him brought him back to life. Like, that's insanity. The wealth within that story alone is ridiculous. So, we're going to uncover some more of the mysteries of the Egypt codes. We're going to be activating your heart's wealth codes. We're going to be going through the gap between the knowing and the activating. And we're going to be going through some of the invitations to go deeper into the Egypt code. So I hope you are all ready for that, because there is a lot to go through. So this is just like, some of this information is going to be like a bit of a taste, but it's more about the activations and the stories behind the stories. Like the activations, just in hearing that story, like the power of this woman's love, the power of this goddess's love. Is that not inspiring? Like, is that not inspiring? Like, her love, she was unafraid of showing her love. And sometimes we can, maybe not with our husbands, but we can sometimes be afraid of receiving that love and giving that love as well. So it's absolutely incredible what the Egypt codes are going to be, how it's going to activate you. So we're going to dive into some of the ancient wisdom. So did you know, this spun me out. I love it. I absolutely love it. But did you know that when they took people like these kings and queens, these pharaohs, through the mummification process, it was a very strange process, but they were taking all the organs out and stuff like that to preserve the body. And I can tell you a story about why and how they came about that knowledge, but I won't go into it because otherwise I'll just be telling you stories and you won't get activated. So so in this mummification process, they took all the internal organs out and they took the brain out through the nose. You probably know that part. You probably learned that in high school. They took the brain out through the nose and they threw they threw the brain in the bin. They didn't jar the brain. They jarred all these organs for them to take with them to the afterlife, but they did not jar the brain. That sounds weird. They didn't put the brain in a jar. They just threw it away because it was meaningless. Like, that's insane to me that the brain of these kings and queens were just chucked out. They had no value. Guess what they left? They left the heart. I guess you could probably guess that. That's why I went straight to it. They left the heart. Like, is that not insane? Comment. Let me know. Did you find that like really enlightening? I was like, when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, that is the best news I've ever heard. You know, because the ancient Egyptians believed that the heart was the most important organ. Like, we could learn a thing or two from them, right? They led this massive empire. These kings and queens, these pharaohs, they led huge empires with their heart. We're trying to run our businesses with our brain. And they ran countries, like Egypt kind of spread out, right? And they led with their heart. They had millions of people living beneath them, serving them. They had wealth coming out of their a-holes. No, they had wealth coming out of their ears, and they ran that whole thing with their heart. Yeah? They believed that the heart, like I said, was the most important organ, but they felt the heart was the seat of wisdom. They actually called it like the seat of wisdom, and that's where the truth and alignment and authenticity ran real thick when you led with your heart. Isis's brother Seth, he was very jealous of the relationship between Horus and Isis, and so that's why he killed he killed Horus, because he wanted Isis to himself, because she was this beautiful, amazing goddess that lived with her heart. Yeah. And so he was jealous of them because Horus led with his heart and Isis led with his heart. So they actually believed that the heart they used to weigh the heart in the afterlife with a feather. So Mayat, the goddess Mayat, she was the goddess of truth and balance, okay? And she would help determine a person's worthiness. So Seth led with his brain, right? He didn't lead with his heart, because if he led with his heart, he would never have killed his brother. And so when they died, their spirit went into this void. It wasn't quite the afterlife yet, but it was a void. And in that, they had the jackal, right? And the goddess Mayat would put a feather down on the scale and then put the person's heart on the scale. And if they didn't weigh in alignment, because the heart's supposed to be light, full of wisdom, yeah, if it was heavy because of the burdens that they have done in their lifetime, it was going to get way heavy, and then the jackal would eat the heart, and then that soul could not go into the afterlife. So the goddess Mayat, she was very, very involved in bringing truth and bringing balance and determining whether a person was worthy enough to go into the afterlife. So living your life in alignment, your heart would probably weigh the same as the feather. So this is a symbol of divine truth. Yeah? I'm loving that. I'm loving that you guys are loving this. Okay, cool. So the wisdom is so relevant today, because of wealth. Yeah, true wealth. When we create true wealth from our heart, we're leading from our heart, we're attracting from our heart, we're listening to our heart's truth. Okay, we tap into that frequency of abundance really effortlessly, right? So don't just take my word for it. Here's a little bit of scientific proof. Okay, sorry, some of my notes are hidden. Okay, so the electromagnetic field strength from our heart is 5,000 times stronger than our brain. I just want that to sink in. Our heart sends out electromagnetic fields 5,000 times more stronger than our brain. And then you wonder why I say you can't think yourself out of a problem. I've said this a million times on Facebook. I think I said it this morning. You can't think your way into wealth. You got to feel it. You got to feel your way into that wealth. So the way I teach it is you listen to your body. You let your body guide you. Your brain is here to decipher what your heart and your body are telling you what to do and take action on that. It's not about thinking, oh, what's my next move? Or, you know, you've got to feel what your next move is. If you have an idea that comes to you in your system, if you have an idea that's going to expand your business further and it just kind of stays in as an idea and you're taking action on that from an idea, it's not going to have as much impact as if you bring that feeling of serving, bring that feeling into your heart. Okay, so the heart coherence is a manifestation tool, right? Listening to your heart, you are going to be able to really step up your manifestation, right? So you've just got to really tap into that love and that joy and that gratitude, because it sends these powerful, harmonious signals to the brain and to your outside field. Like my heart is so big at the moment, my electromagnetic field from my heart is jumping through the screen at you and it's grabbing you. Yeah. And so that's how if you do your lives and you do all your things with that and expand your heart out so big when you're taking these photos of yourself to post up on socials and all that kind of stuff, you will get more traction because your energy is speaking louder than your words. Yeah. So ancient wisdom and modern science mixed together. So the Egyptians believed that the heart was the seat of the soul and the divine intelligence. Modern science confirms that because we just have 40,000 sensory neurons that come from our heart. Hello, Jennifer. Yeah. So it's so it just blows my mind. It actually blows my mind. And this is what I've been saying for such a long time. I've been saying it for ages, but I never really, I just knew it because, you know, being a channeler and speaking with the divine all the time, I just knew these things. And then when I went to Egypt and I was told about these things, I was like, man, I knew it. It was so affirming and it was just so amazing. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. When you think of wealth, what comes to mind? When you think of wealth, what comes to mind? Is it just money? Is money the first thing? Or is it something deeper? What is it deeper? So freedom, yes, being able to go and buy whatever you want, whenever you want. Yes, fuck yes to that. I'm all for that. But what does it actually mean for you? So the more that you can tap into what money, what wealth actually means for you, man. Freedom, yes, Teresa, but let's go deeper. Let's go a little bit deeper than that, right? It's the feeling of excitement, joy, happiness, the whole mind, the body. Yes, wealth to me is the depth of everything and anything. Yes, money and freedom. I think of feeling, yeah, perfect. So when your heart and your mind align, you become this like magnet for miracles. Like, how cool is that? Okay, so let's get into a little bit about the gap between the knowing and the activating. Okay, so here's the truth. Most people understand the concept of abundance. Yeah, wealth, spirituality. Yeah, perfect, Becky. Love that, Roberta. Yeah, so most people don't take action on what they know. Here we go. Teresa is going a little bit deeper. Nice. It's more than that. It's about freeing the mind so that I can get on and do what I'm called to do. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, most people don't understand the concept of true abundance, but let me rephrase that. Most people understand the concept, but they stay stuck because they don't consistently activate and embody that energy. So maybe you felt it, like you're trying to manifest wealth, but fear and doubt and old beliefs kind of get in the way of that. You might have done work on your subconscious before. I know a lot of people that have done a lot of work on their subconscious. I had done a lot of work on my subconscious, and it's like, okay, well, now we can take action. Sweet. Cool. But that energy has been held within your body for a very long time, right? So you've got to imagine that your body has been holding on to these energies, and yeah, they might be free of the subconscious, but the body is the thing that rules the roost. The body is where you take action from. The heart is where you take the action from. I can look at that pen and really pray and hope that that pen gets lifted off that table. I can really hope that. Like, I really hope that happens. Yeah? I can pray on it all I want, right? And God could be saying, yeah, let's get that pen off the table. But it's not until I actually pick the pen up that I can actually start to take action on that. So if you're feeling stuck in your body and you've done a lot of work, it's because we need to clear that energy out of your body and out of your heart. Yeah, this is why daily alignment is so important. It's not enough just to know that abundance is possible or that it's coming. It's activating those wealth codes every single day in that frequency, right? So this is where, like, I can teach you how to do that, right? But that's where you'll be able to take that action more easily, is because you can feel the action. So when I get guidance to do something in my business or in my home life, I can actually feel myself doing it before I do it, because I'm so calibrated, I'm so connected to my body and my spirit and the spirit of the divinity that runs through all of us. Like, I'm so connected to all the things. I can visualize myself, like I'm going to go for a swim a bit later on this afternoon, and I can feel myself swimming before I get there. So that is how, if you start activating those, you're going to be able to take more action on a daily basis. So then you don't have to worry about consistency and things like that. It just happens naturally because you tuned into it, you tapped into it. Yeah. So when I was here the other day and I had done so much work, I was like actually really proud of myself. I'm like, I'm having sugar withdrawals, and they are real. Let me tell you, I am having sugar withdrawals right now. I am done. I cannot pour any more into my business right now. Okay. My energy is nothing. I'm been relying on this fuel source called sugar for 41 years of my life, and now it's like being ripped out from me. I've done it myself, but it's been ripped out from me. And So now I'm relying on my body, okay? Which is something that my initiation period, right? But then I went to close the roller door here in the studio. And as I was about to close the roller door, I was like, actually, I haven't done my live yet. What wasn't my live? I haven't done my reels yet. I haven't done my stories yet. Now I'm going to do my stories. And I just had this real big burst of energy because I'm like so tapped into it. Yeah. And I could feel myself doing the thing. Like I like to do it out in the front yard because I can walk around and not have to worry about stepping in dog poop. I told you it was informal. So I walk around in the front yard with my little microphone sometimes attached to my hair or my watch, and I'm doing my things and I can visualize myself doing them before I actually do them. So consistency is a lot easier when you're tapped in like that. Okay, cool. So I am going to do an activation. Okay. I am just going to do, before I do the activation, I am just going to talk about the program just for a minute because there are some people that have been asking about it and have a few questions. And so I thought those questions, I'm just going to bring them into here and talk about it. So if you feel like this is something that you would like to do, please reach out to me. Let's have a conversation about it. But I just want to invite you to the Egypt Codes, the actual program. So it's a 21-day journey, and we're going to be really uncovering how the ancient Egyptians, like all these lessons that I have received from being in Egypt and all the energy from actually being there, I've brought them back and I've created this 21-day journey together. So every day, it is going to be in a Facebook group. There is a Facebook group for it. Oh, I'm releasing energy for someone already. We haven't even gotten to the activation codes yet. My goodness. Do you guys like my mug from Egypt? Bloody beautiful. Anyway, yeah, so there is going to be a Facebook group, but it's more going to be in Messenger. Okay, so every day in Messenger and in the Facebook group, I'm going to be doing a lesson and a little activation in there. Okay, so they're little, but they're powerful, just because I don't want to take up a lot of your time. Okay, I want you to be able to go into this Messenger, listen to the activation, listen to the lesson, that activation, whether I do lesson first and then activation, or I do activation and then lesson. But they're only going to be about 5-10 minute voice pops into there for you. And then you will go and do that activity if it feels called to you, which if you're here still listening to this, I'm assuming that it is going to activate you. And then from what you've excuse me, I lost my words for a minute there. From what you've experienced doing those things, I want you to please come back into the Facebook Messenger and let me know your experiences. And then I can tap into your energy from there and give you readings and give you guidance based on that. Okay, so it's going to be a very, very, very powerful container that is informal. Okay, if you want to swear in there, freaking go for your actual life. But this is meant to elevate you. Okay, so I need to know what you're experiencing so I can feel into it for you and give you guidance based on that. Okay, so they're going to be very powerful, straight to the point activations every single day for 21 days. Okay, I am going to leave the group open for a lot longer than that because I understand that 21 days consistently can be a little bit much for a lot of people. So if there is like a little bit of struggle in that, that's why I want to have it in the Facebook group. So that will be mostly the activations. Then you don't have to kind of try and filter through everything and find the actual activation. They're just going to be there in the Facebook group. And then in the messenger, that is where you would go, oh my God, I'm feeling this, or oh my God, I'm feeling that, or whatever it is for you for that day. So it is a very personalized, in-depth program. Okay. It's not a hybrid at like by any means. It is in your face coaching. So I'm going to coach you through all the activations, all the up levels that you go through. It is going to, like, I'm going to be helping you through that. So you're not going to be doing it on your own. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. Teresa is already in there. And so I would love it if you guys are feeling drawn to that. Please reach out to me. It is 333 Australian dollars. If you need payment plans, there is a payment plan there, but if you need a different payment plan, I'm pretty flexible with that. I know that you have your best interests. I have your best interests. And so if you are really wanting to get in there, please reach out to me. Okay. So, yeah, it's going to be absolutely transformational. Okay. There are two prices. So it's $333 for those that just want the program, and it's $555 for the VIP. So if you want to upgrade to having a couple of one-on-one sessions with me, then that would be the way to go. But yes, if you need payment plans, happy to do that. Okay, cool. So who's ready to actually be activated? Put your hands up in the air, put your hands up in the air. So let's get activated, right? You know, it was so funny because I was writing a thing the other day and it was like, let's get activated. And I had Kylie Minogue, like, was it Kylie Minogue? In my head, let's get physical. Or was it Madonna? I don't know. Let's get physical. Let's get activated, activated. Please tell me that was Kylie Minogue. Was it Kylie Minogue? Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Care. Let's go, Teresa. Jennifer's just going to go to the bathroom for a second. All right, I'll just wait. Let's get physical. It could have even been Olivia Newton-John. No, it wasn't. Surely it was Kylie Minogue. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to, somebody Google that. Teresa, what do you know? Teresa, do you know who sings that? Let's get physical. Becky's ready. Roberta's Recky. Okay, we're all ready to go. So let's freaking do it. Okay, so Olivia Newton-John. Yes, thank you. It was Olivia Newton-John. I did say that at the end. I did get there in the end on my own. I was like, maybe it's Olivia Newton-John. Yeah, maybe. Good old, what's the name from Greece? Okay, cool. Thank you for telling me that. I will sleep much better tonight and then I don't have to Google it after this session. So amazing. Okay, cool. So hopefully Jennifer is ready. If not, just catch up. So this final activation, we're really going to be activating our heart space, okay? Because this is where all these lessons and things that I've gone through today has really been about the heart space. So when you open up your heart space, this was, you know, one thing that really helped me was when a coach of mine has said to me, oh, you just need to open up to receiving more. Oh, okay, how do I do that? Oh, just, you know, open yourself up to receiving. Oh yeah, okay. How do I do that though? Just like when somebody offers you something, just say yes. And that's like you receiving. Okay, thank you for that. Very blasé. and she just didn't know how to explain it. So that's incredible. Like, that's fine. She didn't know how to explain it. I know how to explain it. Okay. My dog is also saying, yes, you know how to explain it, Meg. So good job. I'm just going to turn my settings on to like change the audio settings so that maybe you won't be able to hear my dog so much. Okay, so I would like it if you could please, so I'm channeling this. I mean, I'm channeling this whole thing, but okay, cool. So yes, I need you to focus on this one. Sometimes activations come like in the of no, so you'll have to jump into the you'll have to you'll have to jump into the live. Okay, cool. So sitting down, I need your energy to focus. If you could please place your left hand on your heart. Right, let's get this feminine energy flowing and pumping, right? Popping your left hand on your heart. Closing your eyes. Just taking a big deep breath in through the nose and into your stomach, and hold that breath there for me. Feel your stomach expanded. Feel your body in just pure pause mode. Feel the stillness of your body and release that breath. Another big breath in through the nose and into your stomach, and hold that breath there for me. And releasing that breath. And as you release that breath, releasing any tension from your hips and your knees. And as you return into your natural breathing pattern, I want you to just feel more and more relaxed within your body. Not quite getting into the meditative state. I want you to feel right now, feel into your body. Feel if there's any stagnancy, any inconsistency. So it might feel like pain. It might feel like just a bit of discomfort. It might feel stiff, like you can't move properly. It might feel heavy. I just want you to acknowledge it at this point. Don't try and do anything with it. Just acknowledge it. And I want you to visualize that there's a wooden box in front of you. And all that stagnated energy, you're going to visualize pulling it out of your body wherever it's sitting and putting it into this wooden box. And when you have finished doing that, close the lid on the wooden box so that it's no longer in part of your energy. It's no longer in your system. It is now in the box, this stagnated energy. Just pay a little bit of attention to, what color was it? Did it feel heavy? Was it like muddy? What does it feel like for you? You're just knowing. You might not see it, but you might just know it. And so now there's this wooden box here, but it's out of your energetic field and it's now in this wooden box. And the wooden box is just being taken up to heaven above by your higher self. And so you no longer have to feel it within your physical body. And now coming down from heaven above is this beautiful golden portal. This golden portal is just deeply connecting you to the limitless abundance that lives within you, that you're just activating. And so what you're feeling, what you may have thought or felt in the past has been that wealth comes to you. Wealth is something that comes to you because you're a magnet. But in actual fact, wealth starts from within. So once you start feeling wealthy within your body, money is just going to find its way to you. You don't have to energetically call it in anymore. It's just you lighting up your heart so big and tapping into that inner wealth, that inner abundance, inner prosperity through your heart that connects up into heaven above, where all the ancient Egyptian gods and goddesses are, where our one true God lives, and feeling that within your heart, feeling it within your spirit, allowing it to live within you first. Like, see yourself right now as this abundant, amazing, crazy, wealthy, rich ass person that you are. Feel that golden light that's coming down from heaven above, activating your heart and clearing out of your heart any stagnated energy so that you can use those electromagnetic fields that are within your heart. So you can utilize this beautiful energy that just radiates from you. Breathe into it. So doing a big, deep breath in through the nose and into your stomach to cement that all in. And release that breath. Feel it calibrating. Feel the cells, the DNA in your subconscious shifting into alignment with this new way of being. Allow it to change you. Allow it to shift you. And now you can start acting from this place. Yeah? You're starting to embody these practices and you're living from this space now. And it is done within you. Okay, perfect, amazing. So in Arabic, that the Egyptians speak, in Arabic, we say shukron, which means thank you. Shukron. So say that and claim that within yourself. Shukron. You can even add the habibi or the habebti if you like. Shukron ya habebti, shukron ya habibi. And just feel that gratitude for this new way of thinking, this new way of feeling, this new understanding of how to access your inner wealth codes. Yeah. And then in Arabic, we say mabruk, which means congratulations. So mabruk to you all. Congratulations. I have so much love for you. Ana bahabik, because I love you so very, very much. I want you to feel that gratitude and feel that, welcome it in, like allow it to shift you and change you. Doing another big breath in through the nose and into your stomach just to cement that all in and calibrate that to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Feels good. Kind of feels so good that you don't want to leave. That's okay. Just starting to become aware of the room around you, wiggling your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, your arms and your legs, and opening your eyes when you are ready. That was incredibly amazing. So now when you, that energy that you just felt, now you can go into that energy whenever you like, whenever you're feeling like lack or anything like that, go, no, I'm choosing this energy, and go back into that, feel that golden portal that is within you that reaches up to heaven above. That's when you say your affirmations. That's when your affirmations are more likely to work. Okay, so I'm aligned with limitless wealth. My heart leads the way to financial abundance. I love getting great insight into how I can grow my bank account. Okay, That is the energy, right? Get into that energy when you say your affirmations, because then you won't have so much of an ego going, no, you're not rich, you're not this, you're not that. And it's like, well, I am all of these things. And you don't second guess it, because you are in direct alignment with the divinity that runs through all things. You're connected to all the gods and goddesses that are up in heaven playing handball. I don't know why handball, but playing handball with Jesus. They're all having a big party up there. Of course, we put Jesus ahead of all of these ancient gods and goddesses. We put God and Jesus above all of them. But they have these wisdoms and these energies that we are able to tap into. So tell me your experience. Let me know how you felt during that activation. So Jennifer says it was really nice, warm, and comfortable. Nice. So if it's comfortable, it means that you are getting more comfortable with having that wealth come to you. So if you are starting to do these kind of things and you're talking about wealth and money and things like that, and your voice doesn't seem to be shaking, or you don't feel like a dip in your energy when you say, I want money, I deserve money, I claim money. When you can get to that point where you're saying, I want $10,000 months, I want $20,000 months, I want $50,000 months, I want $1 million months, whatever it is for you, that you feel comfortable in saying that. When you start to get really comfortable with that, man, you are onto it. Awesome. So does anybody have any questions for me? Does anybody want me to go deeper into the Egypt codes? This was a extended kind of training on that. That is going to give you a lot of new knowledge. So I'm just going to drink my water for a second, because it is a little bit delayed. So yeah, comment away. Okay, Care says, let me put down my mug without spilling everywhere. Felt good. My legs felt warm and there were good tingles flowing through them. Near my left hip, I did feel a little bit of discomfort. Okay, cool. So with your left hip, that is the feminine stability. So you're not feeling stable enough in your feminine energy. So the Egypt codes will help you with that if you are interested in that. So Jennifer said the wooden box had a handle on top. It was fairly heavy grayish in color. Yeah, okay, cool. So awesome. If it was heavy, that means a lot went in there. So that's actually really good. Kudos to you. Good job. Roberta said she felt peaceful. Nice. Peace is underrated. Peace is so underrated. They're like, oh, just feel peace within your heart. But when you actually really feel that deep inner peace, it's like, man, golden ticket. I feel like giving you a golden tick for feeling that. Got disconnected first a minute and then beginning, couldn't find you. Yeah, so I know that you tried to jump on Zoom, Jennifer, but we are just doing straight into the group today. Okay, cool. So if you have any other questions, oh, actually, Teresa just messaged, just as I was about to say that. I had trouble keeping my pains in the box. They entered to whisked out. Awesome. I slammed shield around myself so they didn't come back to me, and then they all went to the divine. Nice one. Oh, you're welcome, Care. Not a problem at all. Yeah, so cool. So this is where I'm glad that we're having a call tomorrow, Teresa, because this is where all these little things that try and seep back into you, that's when you're claiming, and reclaiming and reclaiming and reclaiming until it really cements in. I'm not that person anymore. I'm now this person. Yeah. My ego might keep trying to come back to me. I might be like, it's just because of the very, very big transition that you're having, Teresa, at the moment. It's like you've got those two options, right? It's either I go back to my old ways and then I have no one to blame but myself, but I'll still blame
things on different circumstances, or we excel, and you're excelling. So it's just like a bit heavy at the moment, but we're severing those ties. Every time you say, I'm no longer in that realm, I am now focused on this. Even if you have to physically do it, I feel like that's why I physically did it, because you physically have to go, no. Yeah. Okay. Even if you have to physically do that for a little bit. Jolinda, oh, sorry, Miss Jennifer's, my lower back then felt lots of warmth, then relaxed. Nice one. Had some heaviness in the lower chakras and put it in the box. Did you guys, Jolinda, Care, and any other non-Australian people that are here, did you have it in the box? We had a show and it was called In the Box. I should do that. Love seeing my wooden box being taken up to heaven. Yeah. So we have this What's in the Box show. It was actually called What's in the Box. And it was like they did like a theme song. What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box today? I don't know. Kids used to watch it all the time. And I used to babysit kids and we used to watch it too. So it's like, what's in the box? What's in the box? All your worries and shit so that you can send it up to God. I did say informal. Okay, cool. So if there are any questions or you would like to reach out to me and have like a private conversation about what you experienced here today, please let me know. Reach out to me. I have so much love for you. Thank you for giving me this time and your energy. And I have so much love for you. Remember to always learn lots and be kind. Bye for now.